Lady Colin Campbell just delivered one of the most brutal takedowns of Meghan Markle we've ever seen, and the Duchess of Montecito is reportedly stunned by it. The well-known royal commentator didn't hold back while discussing Meghan's latest scandal, a $1,700 dress that mysteriously vanished from a Variety magazine photo shoot and later showed up in her Netflix special. And according to Lady C, this is just the start of a pattern that she claims proves Meghan has, quote, very sticky fingers. Here's what went down. Sharp-eyed viewers noticed something shocking while watching the trailer for Meghan's holiday special, With Love, Meghan. There she was, walking around in a gorgeous green Galvan dress, looking every bit like the lifestyle guru she's trying so hard to present. But then, people realized something. That dress looked very familiar. Very familiar. And that's because it was the exact same $1,700 designer piece she wore 3 years earlier for her Variety magazine cover shoot back in 2022. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so she liked the dress and bought it. Nothing wrong with that, right? Wrong. At least according to the critics discussing this online. People claim Meghan didn't buy the dress at all, but walked out of the photo shoot with it. And when questions started circulating about this, her team rushed to give what many viewers considered one of the most unbelievable explanations ever. They said Meghan was contractually entitled to keep the dress, and even more surprisingly, that she needed to archive it because she's a royal. A royal who apparently archives items from photo shoots. Lady Colin Campbell wasn't having it. Speaking from her recovery bed after breaking her pelvis, she gave a harsh and biting critique of Meghan's behavior. Lady C didn't hold back when she argued that Meghan may have felt the need to walk away with the dress without paying because, in her words, Meghan doesn't make any money. She claimed the American Riviera Orchard venture stalled, the Netflix deals fizzled, and the Spotify partnership ended, leaving Meghan under pressure financially. And according to Lady C, that's why critics believe Meghan is helping herself to $1,700 dresses like some kind of high-end shoplifter. Again, her words, not proven fact. But here's where things got even more intense. Lady C insisted this isn't new behavior at all. She claimed Meghan had been walking out of photo shoots with clothing long before she married Harry, and long before she had any royal title to lean on. Industry insiders, according to Lady C, have been commenting on these sticky fingers rumors since Meghan's Deal or No Deal days. She's allegedly walked out with shoes, jewelry, accessories, you name it. If it wasn't nailed down during a photo shoot, Meghan supposedly considered it fair game, at least according to critics online. And the timing of this latest claim couldn't be worse for her. She's trying hard to launch her new lifestyle brand while living in a $29 million mansion, and now everyone is asking the obvious question. If she's so successful and wealthy, why is she being accused of taking dresses from magazine photo shoots? But the dress situation was only the beginning. Lady Colin Campbell didn't just stop at criticizing the dress incident. She went after Meghan's entire business empire, or rather, the lack of one, and her commentary was absolutely brutal. According to Lady C, Meghan is so uncommercially successful that she can't afford to steal. She claimed Meghan is desperate, and it shows. Let's talk about American Riviera Orchard, Meghan's supposedly groundbreaking lifestyle brand. Lady C even renamed it. She doesn't call it American Riviera Orchard, she calls it as Never. Because in her view, it was never a success, is never going to be a success, and if it still exists in 2 years, she said she'd eat her hat. Those are fighting words. But according to Lady C, the numbers speak for themselves. Meghan launched the brand with huge hype, Instagram teasers, mysterious gift packages sent to influencers, the full marketing rollout. She was positioned as the next Martha Stewart, the next Gwyneth Paltrow, the next lifestyle queen everyone would look up to. Instead, she's become another punchline. Her products aren't sold in major retailers. They're not even in the Netflix shop despite her Netflix deal. Think about how embarrassing that is. Netflix won't even stock items connected to someone they paid millions to. So where can you buy Meghan's pricey jams and honey? Soho House. Yes, the same Soho House where she used to spend time before marrying Harry. The same Soho House where she had her first date with him. She's gone full circle, but not in the glamorous way she's tried to present. Lady C also tore apart Meghan's Instagram video where she toured a tiny pop-up shop at Soho House in West Hollywood, acting as if it was a huge accomplishment. Full circle moment, Meghan called it, but critics online say it looked more like a full circle failure. And here's the really damaging sign of how badly American Riviera Orchard is reportedly struggling. Right before Thanksgiving, Meghan sent out an excited email to all her subscribers promising a big, huge, massive announcement. Everyone expected something major, a retail deal, a celebrity partnership, or an expansion into new products. Instead, just a 20% discount. That was the big news. Her $28 jar of honey marked down to $22. Her $14 jam dropped to $11. Let me repeat that. Meghan Markle was offering Black Friday discounts on jam. This is someone who married into the British royal family, someone who once had the entire world watching her every move, someone who could have built a real business empire, and she's promoting discounted preserves like a late-night shopping host. Lady Colin Campbell called it exactly what she believes it is, a total commercial failure. According to her, she couldn't sell water to people dying of thirst. And the conversation about Meghan's sticky fingers, as Lady C puts it, goes back further than anyone expected. Lady Colin Campbell dropped a claim that sent shockwaves through royal watchers. The variety dress wasn't an isolated situation, not even close. According to Lady C, Meghan has been walking out of photo shoots with items that weren't meant to be kept for years. And this wasn't something that allegedly started after she married into the royal family. According to her, it goes back long before Harry ever met her. Lady C claimed that Meghan's so-called sticky fingers have been whispered about in industry circles for more than a decade. Shoes, accessories, jewelry, basically anything not literally bolted down, Meghan supposedly considered fair game, at least according to critics online. And the most damaging part, according to Lady C, is that people in the industry have allegedly spoken about this behavior since her struggling actress days. Here's where it gets interesting. When you're a celebrity doing a photo shoot, there are very clear rules about what happens to the clothes afterwards. Sometimes brands will gift certain items to celebrities as a promotional gesture, and when they do, it's always stated clearly beforehand. The brand says, "We'd love for you to keep this." But what Meghan allegedly did was completely different. Critics say she simply helped herself and walked out. Richard Eden, the royal editor who helped bring this story forward, said he's covered celebrity and royal fashion for decades, and the rules are always clear. Sometimes celebrities are allowed to choose items to take home. Other times, everything must be returned. And according to multiple sources he's spoken to, Meghan has walked out of shoots where it was absolutely clear nothing was meant to leave the building. But when these claims started gaining attention, Meghan's team reportedly went into panic mode. They issued a statement that many critics found confusing and over the top. According to her spokesperson, Meghan was contractually entitled to keep the variety dress because she needed to archive it as if she were running a personal museum of her greatest fashion moments. Then came the part that raised even more eyebrows. Her team said Meghan was actually doing Variety a favor by keeping the dress, because if she didn't take it, it might fall into public hands and get auctioned off. So in that logic, Meghan taking a $1,700 dress was an act of protection, almost heroic. Critics online called the statement unbelievable. Royal experts quickly pushed back. Former magazine editors pointed out that if a brand wants a celebrity to keep something, they simply say so. There's no need for an archive excuse or talk about protecting the dress from the public. If a piece were truly meant for preservation, it will go to a proper archive or a collection, not to Meghan's closet, where it later appears in her Netflix specials 3 years later. And then there's the part that made critics furious. This explanation came from someone living in a $29 million home. Meghan and Harry's estate reportedly has 16 bathrooms, more bathrooms than many people have rooms. So critics asked how believable it was that Meghan needed to keep a $1,700 dress because she couldn't buy it herself. This is someone who spent hundreds of thousands on her wardrobe during her time as a working royal, someone who had a $500,000 baby shower in New York. Lady C summed it up by saying this wasn't about archiving or preserving anything. In her view, it was about a woman who is losing money fast and is taking freebies wherever she can. Those alleged sticky fingers from her early photo shoot days didn't disappear. They just upgraded to more expensive taste. And compared to actual royals, the contrast is sharp. Working royals return borrowed items every time. They follow the rules. They understand their position comes with responsibility, not entitlement. Meghan, according to critics, apparently missed that memo. Yet this still wasn't the most embarrassing revelation tied to her finances. The dress scandal opened the door to an even more brutal claim about how far Meghan Markle has reportedly fallen. And Lady Colin Campbell did not hold back when discussing what might be the most humiliating moment of Meghan's post-royal career: the Soho House pop-up shop. Let that sink in. A woman who married a prince, who once had global attention, who could have turned her platform into a real business empire, is now seen by critics as being reduced to selling overpriced jam in a tiny corner of a Soho House location in West Hollywood. Meghan tried to spin it as a win. She posted a cringe-inducing Instagram video proudly walking through the Soho House setup like she was opening Harrods. She called it a full-circle moment, and strangely enough, Lady C agreed. It absolutely was a full-circle moment, but not in the way Meghan intended. Meghan started her Hollywood social climb at Soho House, networking, hustling, trying to build connections. And now, after marrying into royalty, after moving to California, after launching her lifestyle brand, she's ended up exactly where she started, a Soho House girl. The video itself was hard to watch. There's Meghan, hair extensions perfectly curled, gesturing at her products arranged on a single shelf. One corner, not a boutique, not a dedicated pop-up shop, just one small shelf holding a few jars of jam and honey that critics claim aren't selling. She's presenting it like it's the crown jewels, talking about how meaningful the moment is, while anyone watching can see it looks like a collapse dressed up as a celebration. Lady C absolutely shredded the whole thing. She argued Meghan clearly imagined American Riviera Orchard filling shelves at Whole Foods, showing up in high-end department stores, appearing in trendy boutiques. Instead, she's got a friend giving her a little borrowed corner at Soho House. This isn't success, critics say. This is failure with an Instagram filter. This is desperation packaged as achievement. And the Soho House angle made it even more depressing. Meghan pointed out in her post that Soho House was where she had her first date with Harry, where their love story, as she calls it, began. So now she's not just selling products, she's using that early romantic memory as a marketing hook for jam many viewers believe won't sell. Richard Kay made a sharp observation. If American Riviera Orchard were the booming brand Meghan wants people to believe it is, if products were in high demand, she wouldn't be hiding in a corner shelf. Retailers would be fighting to stock her items, but they're not, because nobody's asking for them. And the timing of the dress scandal made everything worse. Lady C made a prediction that sent Meghan's critics wild. She looked straight into the camera and said, "If American Riviera Orchard still exists in 2 years, I'm a bar of soap and a monkey's uncle." That's how convinced she is that the entire venture is doomed. And based on the evidence she presented, it's easy to see why. Let's look at what happened. Meghan launched American Riviera Orchard in March with huge hype. She sent fancy gift boxes to selected influencers. She rolled out an elegant Instagram page. She teased products for months. The internet buzzed. And then, silence. No retail partnerships, no celebrity collaborations, no new product lines, nothing. And when items finally appeared months later, they were overpriced and so limited that they sold out instantly. But as Lady C and Richard Eden both said, selling out quickly doesn't mean a brand is successful. It usually means you barely produced anything in the first place. It's the oldest trick in marketing: create fake scarcity to spark buzz. Except the buzz faded immediately. The products themselves sparked criticism. $28 for honey, $14 for jam, except it legally isn't jam. It's labeled as spread because it doesn't meet the standards for real jam. Meghan is charging $14 for spread. Let that sink in. You can buy artisanal organic jam at a grocery store for half the price. But Meghan apparently believes her name justifies the markup. Clearly, customers don't agree. Because if sales were strong, she wouldn't be offering 20% discounts before the brand even properly launched. Lady C nailed the point. If American Riviera Orchard were genuinely thriving, stores everywhere would stock it, celebrity chefs would promote it, food bloggers would be raving. But instead, nothing. And the most embarrassing part? Netflix, her own multi-million-dollar partner, won't even stock American Riviera Orchard in the official Netflix shop. Think about that. Netflix works with her, funds her projects, features her content, and still will not sell her products. That alone speaks volumes about how the industry views her business credibility. Lady C summed it up brutally. Meghan thought she was the star. She thought people cared about her personally. She didn't understand that the public fascination wasn't about Meghan the individual, it was about Meghan the royal figure. When she left the royal family, she lost the role that made her interesting. Now she's just another celebrity trying to sell overpriced lifestyle goods in a saturated market. But Meghan's financial issues run even deeper than failing jam sales. The dress scandal opened the door to a much bigger conversation, one Meghan and Harry have reportedly been desperate to avoid. The G-word grifter label came back again, and Lady Colin Campbell didn't soften it. She called Meghan exactly what she believes she is, an opportunist, who, in her view, uses people, charities, and now even magazine photo shoots to get things without paying for them. Many people online immediately tied this to what that Spotify executive said when the Sussex podcast deal collapsed. He didn't sugarcoat anything, and the word he used shocked the whole industry. Now with the dress scandal resurfacing, critics say the pattern is becoming too obvious to ignore. Commentators online argue that Meghan and Harry have built their entire post-royal lifestyle on the generosity of wealthy friends, especially those willing to give them access to luxuries they supposedly cannot afford anymore. The person at the center of these discussions is Victoria Jackson, the cosmetics billionaire who, according to online sources, has helped support major parts of their lifestyle. She's reportedly given them free use of her luxurious New York City brownstone, the same brownstone where Meghan recently posed for her Harper's Bazaar shoot as if it were her own home. It wasn't. Much like the dress, it was borrowed. And it doesn't end there. Victoria Jackson has also allegedly provided private jet travel for the Sussexes. Yes, private jets. Despite all the public speeches Meghan and Harry have made about climate change and carbon footprints. Before attending Kris Jenner's big party, online reports claim they even stayed at another one of Victoria's properties at no cost. Lady C pointed out the real question everyone is whispering. What exactly does Victoria Jackson gain from this arrangement? The answer, according to critics, is simple. Meghan has been seen subtly promoting Victoria's cosmetic line, using her products and giving them exposure. It looks like a transactional relationship dressed up as friendship. Victoria gets the royal association, and Meghan gets luxury accommodations and travel she no longer wants to pay for. Critics say it proves the Sussex lifestyle only works when someone else is footing the bill. And then there's the charity angle.
Commentators online have long accused Harry and Meghan of relying on organizations like the Invictus Games to fund expensive trips. Sophie Chandler has even complained publicly that Harry and Meghan's travel bills were charged to the charity instead of being used for injured veterans. Their Archwell Foundation records also raised eyebrows. Very little money to reaches charitable work compared to the amount spent on operational expenses. In Delaware, charities are legally allowed to use up to 95% of funds on expenses as long as 5% goes to charity. And critics point out Archwell fits that model perfectly. Richard Eden summed it up sharply. Harry and Meghan constantly try to attach themselves to good causes to prove they're good people, but end up proving the opposite. They use charities as travel accounts. They use wealthy friends as personal banks. Then Lady C delivered the harshest criticism yet, and it focused on something many people feel uneasy even discussing: Meghan's alleged commercial use of Harry's children. According to Lady C, Meghan's behavior around family photos is the most crass exploitation she's ever seen. The recent Thanksgiving photo shoot is what sparked this backlash. Meghan visited a Los Angeles food kitchen with Archie and Lilibet, supposedly for charity work. But online observers immediately noticed something odd. The children's faces were carefully hidden, backs turned, heads cropped, only tiny glimpses visible. Just enough to spark intrigue, just enough to generate clicks. Royal commentator Tom Sykes described it with a brutal line: "The kids are being sold by the inch." In his harsh article, he called them Meghan's carefully curated clickbait kids back for a Thanksgiving special. And it's exactly how many people online reacted. Archie and Lilibet always appear half-hidden, partly revealed, shown just enough to stir interest, but never enough to satisfy curiosity. A pattern critics say is intentional. Lady C hammered the point home. She said that if Meghan truly wanted total privacy for the children, she would not release images of them at all. Because real privacy means no photos online, not controlled, cropped teasers, not artistic glimpses.
But as critics argue, that's exactly the strategy. Keep them hidden just enough to protect plausible deniability while still using their presence to boost engagement and attention. Their images aren't being held back for privacy. They're being managed for impact, for value. It's a marketing tactic that lets Meghan present herself as a fiercely protective mother while still using selective glimpses of the kids as content. And the biggest clue is right in front of everyone. Between blurred angles, half faces, cropped shoulders, birthday clips, accidental leaks, and carefully staged Instagram stories, the public has already seen enough to piece together what these children look like. AI programs could reconstruct them in seconds, so the privacy excuse doesn't hold up. What Meghan is actually doing, at least according to online critics, is creating artificial scarcity around her children's images so that when she does release something, it holds maximum commercial value. But it gets worse. During the Thanksgiving charity appearance, Meghan and Harry weren't wearing the charity's t-shirts, hats, or branding. They were wearing Archwell gear, their own foundation's merchandise. They used a charity event to boost their own organization, turning what should have been about the shelter's work into a branding moment for themselves, complete with their slogan, "Show up, do good," plastered everywhere. Lady Colin Campbell asked a question that shocked even longtime royal watchers. Who else in public life, royal, aristocrat, or celebrity, uses their children in such a calculated, commercial way? Think about it. William and Catherine's children appear publicly during official events, but their images aren't drip-fed piece by piece for engagement. Even celebrities who are far more open with their kids don't release these staged, half-hidden teasers. The entire strategy feels manipulative to many viewers, not only because it seems exploitative, but because it's wrapped in a layer of dishonesty. Meghan appears to believe that if she hides the children's faces just enough, people won't see the tactic behind it. But then Lady Colin Campbell delivered the most brutal moment of the entire commentary, and it had nothing to do with Meghan's business, finances, or kids. It was about hygiene. Just when you thought Lady Colin Campbell couldn't get more cutting, she pointed out something embarrassingly basic.
Meghan's complete lack of food safety awareness while filming cooking content. And for someone trying to relaunch herself as a lifestyle and cooking figure, this struck a nerve. The evidence is public. Meghan posted a Thanksgiving video showing herself preparing a turkey, clearly trying to show off her domestic skills. But instead of looking like an experienced home cook, many commenters said she looked inexperienced and careless. There she was handling raw poultry while wearing stacks of jewelry, multiple rings, long bracelets, and layered accessories, all touching the same food she was prepping. Lady C, horrified, emphasized that nobody cooks with jewelry on. It's dangerous for others because bacteria can get trapped beneath rings and bracelet crevices. It's dangerous for the cook, too. One tiny cut on her hands combined with raw turkey under a ring could lead to a serious infection. This is basic kitchen hygiene. And then there was the hair, the part that set the internet on fire. Lady C made one of her most sarcastic remarks ever, joking that Meghan's long extensions, bought from 1,000 Turkish virgins, must have come with the sanitizing guarantee since they were hanging loose over the food. Viewers couldn't stop commenting on her hair falling around her shoulders while she chopped vegetables and prepared dishes. For a Thanksgiving kitchen charity, many people found it shocking. One commenter who said she worked as a Toronto realtor wrote, "Tie your hair up. No one should be volunteering in a public kitchen with long hair dangling into the food. It's unhygienic and disrespectful." Another viewer echoed the same thing. Meghan looked styled for a photo shoot, not prepared to cook for the public. Even Emma Wolf made the same observation, saying that it showed a lack of experience and a focus on optics over actual kitchen standards. The Thanksgiving kitchen charity appearance showed Meghan working with her hair extensions hanging everywhere while prepping food, and gross was exactly the word Lady C used. Even the little girl in the photo, presumably Lilibet, had at least some attempt to keep her hair pulled back. But not Meghan, never Meghan. Because Meghan, according to Lady C, cannot separate herself from her carefully constructed symbol of arrival. The jewelry, the loose hair, the constant styling, everything about her kitchen behavior, Lady C said, screamed amateur hour. And this is the woman trying to position herself as a lifestyle expert. This is the same person charging $28 for honey and $14 for spread, yet she can't even follow the most basic food safety protocol. Then came Lady C's final, most crushing blow. Lady Colin Campbell looked straight into the camera and declared that Meghan Markle has gone beyond being an embarrassment to the royal family and the British nation. In her words, Meghan is now an embarrassment to humanity. That statement sent shockwaves through royal commentary circles, and the evidence Lady C listed to support it was extensive. According to her assessment, everything Meghan touches ends in failure. The Spotify deal collapsed after a single season. Netflix projects are struggling to gain traction. The Archewell Foundation continues to report minimal charitable impact. American Riviera Orchard launched with hype, only to fall flat, its products sitting untouched even at 20% discounts. Her reputation has taken blow after blow, from the disappearing variety dress to decades-old industry chatter about sticky fingers. Lady C emphasized the core reason behind every one of these failures. Meghan believed she was the star. She believed the world was drawn to her personally, that her charisma and ambition would turn into global influence and commercial success. But she misunderstood what the late Queen and Prince Philip taught every royal. It's not about you. It's about the role you serve. It's about the institution you serve. Meghan never grasped that. She walked away from the one thing that gave her global stature, her place as a working royal, and assumed her personal brand would carry her further. Instead, she has been reduced to selling overpriced jam from a tiny corner in Soho House while allegedly taking clothing from photo shoots because she needed the items for archiving. And Harry's part in this, according to Lady C and other commentators, is equally tragic. She has repeatedly said their marriage mirrors the collapse of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, a royal who married the wrong partner, someone driven by commercial motives rather than duty, leading to inevitable disaster. Commentator Richard Kay added a warning that sent chills through viewers. After Prince Andrew was stripped of his titles, and after the Queen of Denmark removed royal titles from several of her grandchildren, the message from royal families across Europe is clear. Embarrassing the institution has consequences. And Harry, now tied to a series of public scandals, should be very aware of how fragile his own position has become. Which leads to the final question. Can Meghan Markle come back from this? Can American Riviera Orchard recover when the public now associates it with dress controversies, poorly executed branding, and accusations of exploiting her children as curated content? Can her reputation be repaired after Lady Colin Campbell's relentless breakdown of every piece of her post-royal image? Let us know what you think in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed. The next revelation involving Meghan and Harry is already taking shape. And if the pattern holds, it's going to be even more explosive than this one.